Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something that caused a bit of a stir recently, microplastics in chewing gum. We want to look past the headlines.
Exactly. We're digging into the analysis from Professor Lin here because it highlights this really interesting clash. You've got scary headlines on one side,
Right.
and then this huge real-world thing that people seem to have just overlooked for decades. That's the gap we're exploring.
Okay, let's set the scene. So back in March 2025, there was this wave of news reports, CNN, CNA, lots of places, all following a press release from the American Chemical Society. And then there was the paper in the Journal of Hazardous Materials Letters.
Right, and the headline finding was pretty stark, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Chewing gum releases, what, hundreds, maybe thousands of microplastic bits right into your mouth?
Yeah, basically straight into your saliva, ready to be swallowed.
But here's the interesting part, the thing that Professor Lin points out. The way it was reported made it sound like this completely new, shocking discovery. But if you look at the academic literature, this wasn't actually the first time scientists had linked gum to microplastics. There were papers before, in 2024 even.
Oh, really?
Yeah, confirming gum chewing could increase your exposure. They'd found traces, I think, in studies related to the human endometrium or looked at ways to measure release.
Okay, but hang on. Isn't it sort of normal for media to jump on the latest study,
Yeah.
especially if it's got the ACS backing it? Why is the earlier stuff so crucial here?
Well, the difference and probably why it got so much attention was the quantification. That March 2025 paper put a number on it.
The hundreds to thousands part.
Precisely. It wasn't just, yes, there are plastics. It was, here's how many. Suddenly you have a concrete, scary figure that turns, ongoing research into an immediate crisis headline.
I see. That number makes it tangible, makes it frightening. And then there's the timing, which you mentioned is, well, kind of perfect, right? This big news hits just as the MLB season kicks off.
Exactly. And that's where Professor Lin's analysis really zeroes in. It gives us this incredible ready-made experiment that's been running for decades.
You mean baseball players?
Yeah, think about it. Professional baseball players, they're famous for chewing gum. Constantly. It's been their thing for, over 40 years now?
Since the 70s, right, when they started moving away from chewing tobacco.
Yeah.
Big League Chew came out in 1980. That cemented it.
It's deep in the culture. Tens of thousands of players over decades.
So, wait. If the science says gum sheds loads of plastic, and the media is freaking out about plastics in our blood, our lungs, our brains, causing inflammation, maybe carrying toxins, then these baseball players, tens of thousands of them, have basically been on a high-dose plastic diet voluntarily for 40 years, and nobody connected those dots.
That's exactly the critical thinking gap Professor Lin highlights. It's the oversight. The analysis forces us to ask, if this gum chewing leads to such massive ingestion, and if the health risks are truly that severe,
then shouldn't those players be, statistically sicker? Shouldn't we see higher rates of certain diseases, colorectal cancer maybe, or other inflammatory issues, in that specific group compared to everyone else?
That's the question, isn't it? It's the ultimate real-world test. You can't just report a potential danger in a lab setting without checking it against this enormous, long-term human data set that's staring you in the face.
Wow. So the most interesting part isn't just the plastic finding, it's where the science meets this huge, ignored cultural habit.
Absolutely. The real critical thinking step here is to connect the dots, to demand that kind of real-world check. When you see those sensational headlines, sometimes the smartest thing isn't to panic.
Right.
It's to look around for the biggest experiment already in progress, the one that's been running silently for years, right out in the open.
Like the baseball players chewing gum.
Ah.
So that's the takeaway for you listening. Next time a scary new finding pops up, maybe pause. Ask yourself, where's the baseball field for this? Is there some long-standing human behavior that already tested this idea for decades?
What other habits, things we think are harmless, might look different if we connected new science to old history? Something to think about.